So South Africa is signatory to the Inter-Country Adoption Convention and has domesticated it. We also allow for domestic adoptions. Now, under both, we call it Chapter 15 and 16 of our Children's Act, there are provisions for how the process must be undertaken, particularly for inter-country adoption. Obviously, there's the fact that you must apply the subsidiarity principle first and see if you can place a child locally before they go out for inter-country adoption. So the laws are very comprehensive in relation to that. When you do domestic adoption, the Children's Court has also the powers to deal with that. And one of the interesting things I heard a few years ago, we had an interaction with magistrates, the presiding officers who do the adoptions, and I was starting to think about, the origin and what do they do practically to protect information or to gather information and preserve it for children for the future, particularly where children are abandoned. And we know, insofar as adoption is concerned, that sometimes people just leave a child on the side of a road or leave a child in a bucket or somewhere with no information. And I remember one magistrate saying she asks for as much information as possible from the social workers to say, if you found a child, let's say in a field somewhere, really literally left on the side of the road with just, their bag and nappies and stuff. She describes that in the file. She describes in detail the particular area and the day that they were found and everything. And she keeps it as part of the record, because once the adoption is done, that goes to the adoption registrar, who must then keep that information in case the child in future wants to know. And she says that that's one way of maybe helping the child when they come back as adults to try and find the information, to at least know that, okay, if I'm found here, maybe somebody who was here 20 years ago would have an idea of who were the young people maybe who gave birth and then their babies disappeared, and in that way traces back. And I remember, that time I didn't think long and hard about it, but it's actually very interesting that she thinks that that's important. And I think we need to do more awareness raising about how we keep information.